This is the Burger Man, also known as User Q. This is my reaction to Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach on yesterday's night's fight. Let's break down Tank Davis for a second. Tank Davis is a good puncher. He counter punches, but in my opinion, I don't think he's the greatest boxer in the world. I think he's a little overrated based on the quality opponents he's been fighting. He has not have superstar names on his resume. And I think the biggest possible name he does on his resume is Ryan Garcia. Let's fast forward to the fight. Tank Davis, he's a slow starter. He relies on his power. So in the early part of the fight, I felt like, he was trying to pick his spots and, what he usually does, he was fighting pretty good early on in the fight. He was fighting pretty decent. I had him up, I think, 4-2 in the first half. But there was a change after the 6th round. Once Lamont Roach found his rhythm, his punch accuracy and the things he wanted to apply, he was able to do on Tank Davis. He was able to dictate the pace. He was able to counter back. He was able to take Tank's punches. He was able to, fight with the puncher. I've always said this about Tank Davis. One day he's going to fight someone that's going to be able to take his punch, and what are you going to do after that? Because if you're just a puncher that doesn't rely on purely skill, you're going to end up losing the fight. I've never thought Tank was the greatest boxer in the world. I know he's a good puncher. Yes, he can punch. He can definitely punch. Yes. But his skill level in boxing is not that great. Either he takes guys and dehydrates them, or he makes them come up. He's never really fighting the best at his weight. Like, who he's beating is like, you name 3 or 4 names that you say, wow, this is a great 4 names that just know without a doubt Tank is the best. You're not gonna have that. You're not gonna have that. Lamont Roach was able to fight against Tank's power, give back some of his own medicine, and he was able to control it to take the pace. Tank was very uncomfortable, and there was a knockdown. I think it was round 8 or 9 where Tank just took a knee. And Lamont Roach was throwing some punches, and all of a sudden he just takes a knee. To me, that's classified as a knockdown. Whether it was grease in his hair or not, you took a knee. Like, I mean, how do you not take a point off that? How do you not take a point after that? So, as the fight gets a little longer, Lamont gets closer and closer, and his confidence gets bigger and bigger, and Tank didn't have no answer for his rebuttal. Like, Tank was just land a good good left hand, and then throw a couple good shots, but Lamont Roach was there to give him back his own medicine, and that's where you lose. And he was landing effective shots. I think he was actually hurting Tank. I didn't think Lamont Roach was ever hurt. Lamont Roach fought a great fight. And for me, Lamont Roach won 8-4 or 7-5. The draw, boxing has a lot of politics, so it is what it is. But with that type of performance from Tank Davis, I do not believe he can beat Shakur Stevenson. But let's see if Tank Davis takes the rematch with Lamont Roach, and hopefully they can run it back and see what's the outcome out of that. And if Tank does win, I would like to see him fight Shakur Stevenson. God bless.